this is a story from Risk that I heard like probably months ago, and it like really stuck with me. And so I want to ask this hypothetical that I've asked Johnny as well.
Okay.
So, you meet this young Russian billionaire.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
He's young, maybe 30.
Okay.
And he takes you out for a few dates and they're magical. And then he tells you that he's not monogamous. And that he has this way that he dates girls that he will see you 1 week a month. You and him are together.
For a full week?
Yep.
Okay.
The rest of the month, he's with other women.
Okay.
And in return, you get a credit card of his.
Okay.
And that's the return. And you basically can make whatever purchases you want on his credit card. That is your life now. And like when you do see him for his 1 week, he will fly you to wherever he is. Either it's his manor in Russia, or like his estate in Russia, or anywhere else in the world that he's vacationing in. Because he's so rich.
Okay.
Will you do this?
Yes! Are you kidding me?
I asked Johnny if he would let me do this, and he was like, yes.
Yeah, fucking... You could spoil the shit out of Johnny.
we can
see
both
this guy.
retire right now.
Fuck yeah, I would do that. What's the downside?
Exactly. I guess it depends
if I fall
if
in
you
love
want,
with him,
yeah.
and
This poor woman fell in love with him.
oh no!
But
wait, this was real?
Yup.
Oh god.
This was a Risk story where this woman talks about him, and it sounded awesome. And she's in love with him.
Oh no!
And the big reason why she stays with him is because she's hoping that he will leave the other women and choose her.
Nah.
It's not gonna happen.
Nah, honey.
But he is one of her girls.
She is one of his girls.
Yeah. One of his
Wow,
girlfriends.
this is like a good concept for a book. Takes notes furiously.
Yeah, like I don't know if you've heard about like the young billionaires in Russia, but there's like quite a few of them.
Billionaires? What do they do?
Billionaires.
Is this like illegal
I have no
stuff?
idea. Possibly.
Oh, is that part of the thing? You don't know where he gets his money from?
Yeah, you don't know where he gets his money from.
Ooh. I'd do it.
Right? It's money.
Fuck yeah, I would do it.
Invest.
There's no downside unless you fall in love with him.
Agreed. Yeah.
Just don't fall in love with him.
Just buy some, I'd be like buying like gold, like gems, storing it away in case he dumps me.
Oh, that is clever.
And then I still have money.
That's really clever. Yeah. Fuck yeah, I would do that.
Right?
No question.
Bro, we're living in this society where like money? Money?
And like we've never really known money, so
That
sounds like a dream.
Right. Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how Johnny was just like, yeah. He didn't
He would
even
just
think
let
about
you.
it. He's like, it's worth it.
Yeah. I mean, I would worry about like diseases, but if he's
True.
if he gets all these other women checked
Mm-hmm.
and he's good,
Yeah.
then yeah,
Absolutely.
fuck yeah. I mean, but then they're also probably with other dudes at the same time. So then you have to worry about, because when you sleep with someone, you sleep with everyone they've slept with, and then in turn everyone that they've slept with, and so on and so forth. So
Oof. Yeah.
I mean, just use protection, I guess.
Yeah. That'd be the smart thing.
Yeah,
But not all men think with their brains when it comes to that stuff.
this is true. But as long as you do it, you should be fine. Just don't put your mouth on his cock. On his raw
But
cock.
would you if it came with this black credit card?
Yeah, I could handle some herpes. Fuck yes. This sounds like a dream.
I feel like this is something I started to ask couples. If like, the boyfriend would be totally down with that.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I should ask Amelia next.
Ask Eric if he would let Amelia.
I wonder if he would.
Or if Amelia would let Eric.
Oh my god, I asked Johnny too if he would do it if the Russian guy wanted him.
Yeah, and?
He's like, oh my gosh, I'd have to think about it. Like, it'd have to actually happen for me to actually be able to give you an answer.
It would have to actually happen?
Yeah, he wouldn't answer. Because, like,
Wow.
he has that, like, he's not attracted to guys at all. But he likes money. So it's like,
I'm not attracted to men, but I'm very attracted to money.
Yeah. So, like, he's like, it has to happen to me for me to answer.
And, like, a limitless credit card is,
Yeah.
I'm assuming, what it is?
Black credit card is limitless.
Yeah.
Like, billionaire, like,
All you
you
have to
can't
do
even
is
imagine $1 billion.
take it in the ass every once in a while.
Right.
For a week.
Drink. Get drunk.
Yeah, get wasted.
Yeah.
Put a wig on him.
Maybe relax and enjoy it. You might like it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to imagine if it was a woman now. Yeah, fuck, I'd do it.
Would I let Johnny do it if it was a woman?
Oh, yeah.
Here
Here we go.
I have to, like, I probably do trust Johnny. And I do like money.
Yeah. But what do you mean trust John to not fall in love with her? Because he'd
Yeah.
be sleeping with her.
That's my issue. Will he fall in love with her? I feel like Johnny is a bit loyal to a fault. So that's something that will probably prevent him.
From falling in love with her?
Yeah.
But, you know, if she's doing so much for him, he might start feeling some loyalty towards her as well.
True.
Not into polyamory? Could he be in love with 2 people? Could you be okay with that?
Maybe. I came with money.
You never have to see this woman ever.
But I can trust Johnny to be there and come back.
You get him 3 weeks a month.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, if I can trust him.
And you
Then
can,
yeah.
like, have a deal with him to, like, never talk about her. Unless
Sure.
you want to know.
Yeah.
But that would be weird.
It would. I'll listen to the vacation stories, but I don't want the bedtime story.
Yeah. I can't believe that was real.
Yeah, it was nuts. You should listen to Risk. There's crazy stories. Crazy.
I'm very into, like, comedy podcasts lately.
There's some funny stories in there. I think the last episode I listened to made me laugh a few times.
I'll keep it in mind. Hello and welcome to Tea is Good, Books Are Better, the podcast where we drink tea and talk about books. I'm Raven.
I'm Jess.
I felt like that was becoming a different song.
It was. Whoa, that sounded a little bit like Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, that's what it was. Oh, let's talk about The Witcher. We haven't really talked about it yet.
Oh, fuck, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But before we talk about The Witcher, do you remember in our last recording session, when I got that weird thing on my phone with someone trying to access my log into my email?
I think so.
Yeah, and it was like an authentication request kind of thing, and I was like, deny.
Yeah.
After that, my phone lost service.
The hell?
Yeah.
What happened?
My phone completely lost service. So the next day, after work, I went to
Canadian phone company.
I went to my carrier, and they looked up my phone number, and apparently it had been taken by TELUS.
What?
Yeah. I was like, how does that happen? He said he has no idea. But it's happened before.
Fuck TELUS.
But I don't know if it's like TELUS doing it or
Yeah.
some third party that's trying to like do some weird shit.
I have no idea.
But this happened after I got that authentication request for my email.
What the hell?
Yeah, and so as they were like trying to get my phone number back, they told me that I should be going to all my accounts that have my phone number connected and, like, changing my passwords. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is happening? Isn't that fucking weird and gross and scary?
I mean, growing up, I've always known Telus is sketchy. Just from Dad. Like, or anyone else's stories about Telus. No one likes Telus.
But did they actually steal my number, or was it some third party?
It could have been, but they're still choosing to employ this sketchy third party.
But I don't know. Are they choosing to employ this third party, or is it just some random thing that they're trying to scam my number somehow and it just ends up with Telus? I don't fucking know. I have no idea. But I mean, it does make Telus look sketchy and weird.
They talk to Telus though, right?
I don't think they actually go to Telus directly, but basically they just file like a unapproved transfer, like phone number transfer or something like that. I don't know exactly how they do it, but they were basically like, so this was unapproved, blah blah blah, and they like put me on the phone with this guy who had to like validate my identity, and I was like, he asked me like if I approved. I was like, no, I did not approve this. And they said they would get back my number within 24 hours. So the next day, I still had no service, and it had been 24 hours. So I went back to my carrier, and I was like, I still don't have service. But it was a different guy this time at the store, and he was like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I don't know anything about the situation. I'm like, can you fucking do something?
Go full carry on. Sometimes they deserve it.
But I was like, that was frustrating.
Yeah.
But he asked what SIM card I was using. I was like, I don't know. The one it came with? So he popped out the SIM card, and he was like, yeah, it's the right one. He popped it back in, and then restarted my phone, and it was working. So.
Oh, he's had to restart it.
Well, I don't even think he restarted, actually. I think he just took out the SIM card and put it back in, and then it was working.
Fuck.
But yeah, I was this close to, like, being mad at him.
I'd be pissed at him. Like, you're working customer service. That's your job. Try to help.
Yeah, like, he offered to put me in touch with, like, customer service. But he was like, do you want me to put you in touch with customer service? And I could have been like, well, I can't do it myself. I don't have service. Right? Like, what the? I don't know what to do. Bro, help me.
Right?
That's why I'm here.
Man, that would make me consider complaining. Filing a complaint.
It wasn't that.
Like, maybe, I'm not saying fire him, but saying, like, you need to retrain your employees.
Maybe I'm making it sound worse than it was. Because he did help. Like, he looked at my phone, and it was just the attitude, I guess.
Yeah, but still, that attitude's gotta change. It's a service job. You gotta lose the attitude.
Yeah. But, yeah, it was just, like, acting like it wasn't his problem.
It is.
Yeah, I'm like,
he's representing the company.
Your company for service. I pay you, and I don't have service.
Right?
Can you figure this out for me?
Like, be like, am I gonna get a refund for these 2 days?
Right? Like, I'm not asking for much. Just help. Tell me what to do. If I have to do something myself, then just tell me. I don't fucking know. I can't do anything with my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyway. But we resolved it. But I just thought it was so creepy that after I get that one weird request, I lose service, and Telus has stolen my number.
That is fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
It's fucking weird and gross and weird.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, now we can talk about The Witcher.
Ooh.
Love it. Thoughts? Yeah.
Henry Cavill?
Henry
Cavill?
He's fucking yummy.
I personally think he's a great actor.
Yeah.
I love his grunts, his and his oh fuck. Great.
Oh, fuck.
These are amazing one-liner. He's an awesome actor.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
And
I feel like he doesn't really get to shine as Superman in those movies.
I feel like he truly loves Geralt, which is why he shines.
He talks about how he's like a gaming freak, and he like was a huge fan of, or is a huge fan of The Witcher, like long before they started planning the show. So
yeah, and he
was a fan of the books too. Yeah,
apparently I remember reading the guy who wrote the books loves Henry Cavill as Geralt.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He says this is Geralt. He doesn't like the games because he's a boomer. He thinks games are for children and doesn't understand, but he loves the show.
Oh, I thought there was something that came out that he like wanted nothing to do with the show and wanted to distance himself from it.
Really?
Yeah. But I feel like that was a headline I saw.
Maybe it was.
And I didn't like read the article.
Maybe it was just the clickbait.
It could have just been, yeah. Because if you're saying that's what you heard, then that's not lining up.
I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on it after I finished watching the show. I was like, I need more.
Okay.
Give me more content.
Yeah. Right? The way it ends, too.
Like, fuck!
It's just like, oh, come on, don't end it there. Yeah. And then it ends, and you're like, fuck!
But you know, he does all of his own stunts.
That's impressive.
Yeah, all the fighting scenes.
Damn.
Everything.
He gets thrown around a lot.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I love the fighting scenes. He's so good. Especially against other people. Damn.
The sword fighting is great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think in episode 2 where he fights Renfrey, the girl.
Oh, yeah.
But he, like, before he fights her, he fights, like, all her men.
Was that episode 2 or 1?
It might have been 1, but I feel like it was 2. But it might have been.
I feel like 2 was a lot of Yennefer.
Maybe it was 1.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it might have been 1. But yeah, that fighting scene all the way until Renfrey appears is one take. Which I love when they do that.
Seriously, it looked like a dance to me. It was gorgeous. I love that scene.
Yeah, and I feel like all action scenes should be one take.
Yeah. I find they're usually pretty choppy.
Yeah, fucking Marvel, honestly. That's like my main criticism of Marvel movies.
Choppy fight scenes?
Yeah, just show us what's happening without cutting every fucking half a second. But yeah, you can really like feel the difference when it's not a million cuts.
It felt real good when I watched it the second time too. I couldn't get enough.
Yeah. You watched the whole season a second time?
No, I watched
just the fight scene.
No, I watched the whole thing, and then I watched like again a few episodes more. Did not the whole thing.
Okay, but like the first half again.
Yeah, Johnny isn't into it, unfortunately.
He's not? What the fuck's wrong with him?
It's too fantastical for him. He's like, this is what I thought Game of Thrones was going to be, and he can't get into it. It's too fantasy. It's too cute. He doesn't like it. He's like, I want to be darker. I want to be more real.
I don't think he would like my fantasy story.
Not.
Yeah,
he's
very
just
much about magic.
As a kid, all he did was watch horror films. Like his childhood did not consist of cartoons like ours did. It was horror, like Freddy, Nightmare, Elm Street.
Like when he was how old?
Halloween, young.
Like how old?
Young, elementary, young.
What the fuck?
Like he thinks that his night terrors come from this.
Oh my god.
Being a very young kid and watching nothing but horror.
Yeah. That makes
like,
sense.
Yeah.
Fucking The Mask would give me nightmares.
Yeah, like so many like cute films.
Can you imagine watching actual horror movies?
Yeah. Do you remember that Roger Rabbit movie?
Yeah.
The bad guy when he goes full toon and like his eyes bulge.
Oh yeah.
And like he screams. That high pitched shriek.
Oh god.
That was a thing of nightmares.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it again on YouTube, like I think it was like Watch Mojo, like top 10 scariest characters in like children's films, and they showed him and his scream, and that just triggered so many memories of being terrified of him.
Oh jeez.
Like not scary. Any high pitched scream, like yeah.
Oh, I can't do it.
Like no, it brings back feverish, like times when I had fevers and I would hallucinate and there'd be like high pitched sounds. Are real, like just screaming. in my ear. It's bad.
I remember you being like bedridden and like tripping.
I remember being really sick as a kid. I remember being in a hospital, but for some reason, our parents don't.
They don't remember you being in a hospital?
I remember being hospitalized for a couple of nights. Like, vivid memories. Mom and Dad don't remember this. So I'm, like, really confused.
I trust your memory more than theirs.
How do parents forget a young child being hospitalized? Like, it was in the blue house.
Wow.
Back when Nathaniel and them were our neighbors. Like, wouldn't that traumatize a parent to have a very young child being so sick they're living in a hospital?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just so confused.
I remember when Eric fell and busted his lip.
Yeah, what did you?
And also when he got plastic in his eye.
I remember that too. It was before church, and we got to skip church. It was awesome.
Yeah, Eric, get plastic in your eye every week.
It was from like a little plastic toy telescope back when McDonald's Happy Meal toys were cool. Yeah, good quality toys.
Good quality. It breaks.
Yeah, but like better than the shit that you get nowadays. You see the crap they're giving in their Happy Meal toys? Like, it's fucking garbage.
Ew. Yeah.
Yeah, but like back when it was better, he was looking through a little telescope and I think it was a Peter Pan telescope.
It was. And
it like broke and it got into his eye.
Yeah, like the part that's supposed to be glass is actually plastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
The looking glass. Is that a mirror? Looking glass?
Yes.
Okay. I was wrong. The far eyes.
The far eyes. Yeah. I think that's the guy who uses the... What did they call it? Did they call it a far eyes?
I have no idea.
No, I think the guy is called a far eyes.
But I remember them...
we did find out.
Referring to the telescope as the far eyes.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I think it was like...
Okay, you could be right.
The Meister's far eyes or something. I don't know.
Okay. I believe you there. Yennefer. She really transforms.
Yeah. Apparently it's mentioned in the books, like she has like one little remembering her hunchback days when she before her magic or something. It was very, very briefly mentioned, apparently.
Okay, so maybe she doesn't get as much backstory in...
But like, his books are just a bunch of random short stories and no, like, chronological order.
The first
I
one
don't remember.
is, I think.
Yeah. I think it's cool.
It definitely... I haven't read the full first thing, but I read the first bit. It feels very episodic, and it's kind of confusing if you don't know that it's, like, a bunch of short stories put together, because you're like, how are these connected? And you can't figure out what's important and what's not, and you're, like, trying to connect things, but there's no connection. So maybe I'll go back and try and read it again.
You gotta read them all.
Connection. Yeah. But I think it's just the first one that's like that.
Okay. I don't know.
And apparently the show covers the first 2 books. This first season of The Witcher covers the first 2 books. Yeah. But maybe we can read it on the podcast.
That's what I was gonna ask you. I was like, Raven, we need to watch The Witcher.
Read it, you mean?
I mean, yep. Read.
Yeah. Mayhaps.
After we finish these Game of Thrones and we start like a little other genre, because I feel like it's much fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta do another genre. Mix it up a little bit.
Right. Maybe we'll take like a break at some point in the Game of Thrones series.
Maybe
We'll
after
see.
Clash of Kings.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, we're reading Clash of Kings next,
in
case you didn't guess.
Sorry.
That's all good.
How many games? Just 4 of them. Yeah, I think that would be a good break. Halfway through.
After Clash of Kings?
Yeah, because there's another 2.
No, there's 5. You forgot Dance with Dragons.
Oh, shit. I did. Damn, son.
But yeah, maybe we can take a break after Clash of Kings, read something else, and then come back.
Yeah.
We'll see. We can ask the patrons. If you want to have a say, head on over to our Patreon.
Please. Please.
And take the green tier.
Support us.
Yes, we need your help.
We want to get better.
Yes, we need it. We need better equipment.
We need better quality equipment.
But that's enough begging.
Yeah.
What are we drinking today, Jess?
So I'm drinking ginger tea, and Raven is drinking ginger ale. Canada Dry.
So I chose to drink this ginger ale because I was like, Oh, I can't do the caffeine in the tea right now because I have to go to bed early. But soda has caffeine.
All soda has caffeine?
I think so.
You should have gone with my ginger tea. It has no caffeine.
Oh, I'm a fucking asshole.
You're dumb.
I'm fucking screwing myself. I'm an idiot.
Okay, let's do this chapter.
Alright, we're gonna do the last chapter of A Game of Thrones.
Did you want me to do the last time on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well. Last time on Game of Thrones.
Lord Tywin sends Tyrion to King's Landing to act as the Hand in his stead. Tyrion is to rein in Joffrey and control his mother.
Control his mother!
Ooh. Jon deserts to join Robb's army, but his brothers catch up to him, his black brothers, catch up to him and bring him back to the wall. The next morning, the Lord Commander tells Jon that they're going north of the wall to find Benjen.
They're going looking for Benjen!
Ow! Robb holds a war council to figure out what to do next after taking River Run and Jaime Lannister prisoner, and finding out Renly Baratheon is claiming the crown. The council ends with the Northern Lords declaring Robb as King in the North.
King in the North!
King in the North!
King in the North! Okay. Chapter 72, the last chapter.
Dany
is Daenerys. Okay, here we go. Mirri Masder watches as one of the Dothraki chooses a stallion and kills it. She is also bound hand and foot. She tells Dany, who is nearby, that the blood of the horse alone will do nothing. Blood magic needs words to make a spell. She says that all Magi means is wise, and that Dany is an ignorant child.
I feel like she's ignorant in Dothraki customs.
Mirri Masder?
Yeah, they're killing the horse so he can ride to the other lands, not to make blood magic.
Yeah.
I think she's ignorant of Dothraki customs.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's poor Lexi. Again.
Where's her brother?
You can hear him.
Oh, why is she wailing?
She wants inside with the rest of the pack.
Well, wait this out. Oh, they're done. Okay. Mirri tells Dany to release her from her bonds and she will help her. Dany tells Jogo, one of her casts, that she is tired of the Magi's braying, and Jogo whips Mirri until she shuts up. Over the horse carcass, they build a massive funeral pyre, adding in Khal Drogo's weapons and treasures. Jorah pulls aside Dany at one point. He calls her princess, and she points out that Viserys was Jorah's king and Dany is his heir, so what was his is now hers. Jorah then, understanding, calls Dany his queen. Is it just me, or is Dany way more likable in the show? I'm kind of getting turned off by, like, her aggressive ambition.
I like it. I think it's assertive.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just being sexist. Like,
probably.
If this was a man, would I be into it?
Probably.
I don't know. It could be. Gotta reflect.
People in leadership roles need to be assertive.
It just feels like a lot.
Well, like, she's taking it now. Like, now that Drogo is dead, and she's trying to, like, keep what's left. Like, make sure she's in charge. Like, make sure everyone knows that she isn't folding and ready to go back to Vaes Dothrak. I think she's stepping up and being like, no, I'm going to take charge now.
I guess, for me, I'm like, instead of being sassy about it, can't you just tell him that you're the queen?
I feel like she wanted him to figure it out. Him to realize it. His mistake.
I guess so, but I guess that, for me, that feels really condescending.
Oh.
Like,
it could be seen as condescending, yeah.
Like, just tell him.
Yeah.
That you're queen, not princess. Instead of being like, Viserys was your king, was he not? And I was his heir, was I not? And what's his is now mine, is it not? You know what I mean?
I guess.
So, Jorah begs Dany to let Khal Drogo go and leave with him. He says he knows what she intends and begs her not to do it. Dany says she must do it. Jorah doesn't understand. Jorah tries to talk about his lady wife and how he loved her once, but he didn't die with her. Did his lady wife die?
I don't know. I don't recall the tale.
He's talking like she did.
Yeah.
But I don't remember anything about his wife.
I don't either.
Yeah, so he talks about how he didn't die with his wife. And he says Dany can't ask him to watch her climb on Drogo's pyre and burn along with him. Dany implies that's not her intention, and Jorah makes her swear. As the sun starts to go down, Dany calls the Dothraki around her. There are fewer than 100 left. She wonders how many Aegon started with. Does she mean Aegon the Conqueror?
I think so.
Damn, Dany, chill.
Wasn't it just him and his sisters, though?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I have that history book on Targaryens. I should read that.
Right. I also have Fire and Blood. We could read that at some point.
Ooh. Yeah.
That was the one that George wrote when he was supposed to be writing Winds of Winter.
He gets sidetracked. At least he's spreading out more stories based on Westeros.
Yeah. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all.
Yeah.
I feel like I relate much more to him as a writer than I do to people like Stephen King.
Yeah.
Stephen King pumps shit out so fast. I have no idea how he does it.
Right?
He writes every day, 6 pages every day. I'm like, how? It takes me like 2 hours to write a page and a half.
Damn. This guy, like, really... It's just something he's incredibly good at, I guess, is forming stories and writing them down.
God damn.
Like, incredibly good at.
I feel like I'm much more like George, where I'll, like, sit and just stare at the page, thinking more than writing.
I feel like he's also intimidated by,
the pressure?
The DD brothers and their version of what happens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's stuff like that, where he has to work around that while trying to be true to his own story.
Yeah.
And he definitely feels pressure from fans.
Yep.
He wants to do right by them, right?
Mm-hmm. But
So,
he's
yeah.
gotta look after himself first if it's causing too much stress.
Yeah, so I don't blame him at all for taking a break and working on other stuff.
Yeah. Maybe he'll clear his head.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather more shit than no shit.
Yeah, people are just worried he's gonna go before he finishes the series.
I think that's a kind of terrible thing to say to someone.
Yeah.
That's kind of rude.
Yeah.
Is this
And
book
it's like-
series more important than his life?
Right?
Than his remaining days?
It is his magnum opus, though, so it's sort of like, they're like, don't leave it unfinished. Right? So I get it from that point of view, but
I
yeah.
do. But at the same time, he's still a human being.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. So, Dany tells the Dothraki that they will be her Khalasar, and she frees them from slavery? Are they slaves?
Yep. They ditched the weak slaves.
Oh, okay, because I was like, I thought they took all the slaves. But I guess they left the weak slaves. Got it.
Mhm.
So she frees them from slavery and says that they can go if they wish or stay and be brothers and sisters, husbands and wives. None of them go, but none of them say anything either. They just kind of look at her. Dany then turns to Jogo and gives him the silver-handled whip she had received as a bride gift. She names him Ko, which I assume is like Blood Rider.
Yeah. Blood Rider.
Whatever Ko means. And she asks his oath as blood of her blood. Jogo takes the whip, but tells her this is not done. It would shame him to be a blood rider to a woman. Dany then does the same with Aggo and Rakaro, her other 2 casts, gifting them and asking for their oaths. They react the same way as Jogo. Dany acts as if she doesn't hear their refusal. She turns to Jorah last and asks for his oath, which he gives right away. He swears to serve her whatever may come, and Dany names him the first of her Queen's Guard. I like Jorah.
Mm.
Dany knows a lot about the way the monarchy works in Westeros. Even though she's never been there and has never seen it.
Probably her brother, for
So,
serious.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. I'm sure he talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
Or talks
That's all
about
I
it.
talk about.
Yeah. The Dothraki all mutter and give Dany strange looks, but she ignores it and goes to her tent, where she bathes in scalding hot water. Quote, she liked the heat. It made her feel clean, end quote. These exact words are in her very first chapter as well, I think.
Oh.
I believe they are.
Cool. Here it is.
She
liked the heat.
It made her feel clean.
Nice.
When she's clean, her handmaids brush her hair and scent her with the same spice flower perfume she was scented with before she first met Drogo. Or first slept with Drogo. Met him? Sometime.
Around there.
Afterwards, Dany sends her handmaids away and prepares Drogo's body by cleaning him, his body and his hair. Quote, he smelled like grass and warm earth, like smoke and semen and horses. End quote. So that startled me. He smells like semen?
I didn't need to hear the semen part. Thanks.
What does semen smell like?
It's like a musk. Like
I sound like a fucking virgin.
Man's musk.
What does semen smell like?
I mean, they could have just said musk. I feel like semen has like a smell that I personally don't like. It's kind of like, how do you describe bitter smells?
Right?
Like
Maybe
it
that's
has
why
a
he wrote
musky
semen.
smell. I guess. Maybe it's because Dany's a horny little devil. And she's like, ooh.
Ooh, Drogo. Dany dresses Drogo and herself and then calls her cast to carry Drogo down to the pyre. Do the Dothraki know that Dany smothered him? Or do they just think that he died?
I have no idea.
Because I feel like that's a pretty big secret if they don't know.
I think she did it under the stars, did she not?
Yeah, but were people standing around watching?
I have no idea. Maybe this couple saw, but
she was also fiddling his diddle. Were they watching that?
They could have been.
Huh.
I don't think they would care because he's basically
a vegetable.
He's basically dead anyways.
Yeah.
They were all sickened by what she did, and too.
Yeah.
It's best to kill him.
So they lay Drogo on the pyre and then bring oil and Dany's dragon eggs. Jorah tries to stop her, saying the dragon eggs will be useless to Drogo in the Nightlands. She could sell them to buy ships and passage. Dany says they were not given to her to sell. Dany places the eggs around Drogo's body. Mirri Mazdur calls her mad. Dany has her bound to the pyre as well. Then she pours the oil over the Maggie's head and thanks her for the lessons she has taught her. What lessons are those? Don't mess with blood magic.
Yeah.
Don't be a dumb
more,
shit.
Less trusting. Mirri Maz didn't realize that Dany was going to burn her alive. I think she thought she was going to be like
a slave or something.
Yeah, or just quickly killed like the Dothraki do. Slit their throat. Rape them. Slit their throat. Easy deaths.
Right.
No.
Quote, easy.
Yeah. No burning alive. Well, compared to burning alive, I would rather my throat slit.
Yeah, because she does try to, like... be like, please don't.
Yeah, like, she's a little bit like, oh, what? You're mad!
Yeah. But then when she gets tied to the pyre, she says she will not scream. Dany says she will.
She's bluffing. We all know.
But I like that Dany's like, no, you will. I was like, yeah.
It's not
yes,
your screams I want.
Yeah. It's your life.
Remember that scene from the episode?
I gotta watch this again. Fuck.
I love the last episode. I've seen it so many times.
Oh, I
like, rewatched it for years.
So, the Dothraki stop at that point and wait for the first star to come out. When a horse lord dies, his horse is slain with him so he can ride into the Nightlands. The bodies are burned beneath the open sky, and the Khal rises on his steed and takes his place among the stars. The brighter a man burned in life, the brighter the star will be. Drogo notices the star first, and Dany sees that it's a comet, burning red like the dragon's tail. Okay, a comet's not a star, but okay.
What do they know?
Yep. She could not have asked for a stronger sign. She takes a torch and lights the pyre. The oil ignites at once, and Mirri starts singing. When the flames reach her, she starts to wail instead. As the flames grow, the Dothraki back away, but Dany stays in place. She is the blood of the dragon after all, and the fire is in her. She even steps closer. Quote, she had sensed the truth of it long ago. Ooh, mysterious. Mm-hmm. Dany pretty much starts to walk into the fire. Jorah shouts after her, but he doesn't matter anymore. Only the fire does.
Can you describe what called her into the flames?
Like what she sees?
The cracking sound.
Oh, no, that doesn't happen yet.
Okay.
Dany sees things in the flames. She shrugs off her clothes as they start to ignite, and, quote, streams of milk flow from her red and swollen nipples, end quote. Mama's here, babies! Time for dinner!
Like, I can see the extreme heat causing liquids to burst out.
Ooh.
Like, you know how, like, canned things, it's like, do not put near fire.
But it's titties.
Yeah. Well, it's like tiny, tiny little holes on your nips.
I guess
So
they
are bursting.
expand and...
Yeah, the heat.
Dany spots Drogo in the flames, mounted on a stallion. He smiles at her and whips a lash at the pyre. There's a loud crack, and the pyre starts to crumble. A chunk of curved rock lands at Dany's feet, veined with gold. Ooh, what could this be? There are more cracks, and Dany can hear Jorah shouting and the Dothraki screaming. She wants to tell Jorah not to fear for her, though. Can't he see the fire is hers? She is the daughter of dragons, the bride of dragons, the mother of dragons. The pyre collapses around Dany, and she steps forward, calling to her children. When the fire finally dies, Jorah finds Dany in the ashes. She is naked. Her hair is completely gone. They kept her hair in the show.
Yeah.
But she is unhurt. The cream and green dragons are suckling at her breasts, while the black is draped over her shoulders. Jorah falls to his knees. When Dany's cast approach, they lay their weapons at Dany's feet and say, "Blood of my blood." All the Dothraki come closer, and Dany can see from the looks on their faces that they are hers now forever, hers as they had never been Drogo's. Damn. And I'm just going to read the last paragraph.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Quote, "As Daenerys Targaryen rose to her feet, her black hissed, pale smoke venting from its mouth and nostrils. The other two pulled away from her breasts and added their voices to the call, translucent wings unfolding and stirring the air, and for the first time in hundreds of years, the night came alive with the music of dragons." End quote.
Yes.
Nice. And that's the end of A Game of Thrones.
Oh, that's exactly how the show ends, too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She calls Drogon her black, the way she called her horse her silver.
Yeah.
Dothraki tradition.
Eee. But she does end up naming them.
Yeah.
Because they're her children, not horses.
They're her babies.
I like her breastfeeding them. That's not something that was shown in the show. Maybe it was too lewd for the show.
Kind of a disturbing image.
But I like it. It's very motherly.
Well, yeah.
Feeding them baby dragons from her breast, like Mama would.
Yeah, but it's weird. It's a weird image.
I guess so. Like their teeth.
Yeah, and they're like little lizards. Something feels perverse about it.
I think they're technically would be considered big lizards if they're big enough to drape around your shoulders.
I picture them the size that they were in the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the size of a large football.
A cat? The size of Bonnie?
Yeah, a cat. Yeah. So does this mean that Viserion is the oldest?
Possibly.
He hatched first?
Possibly.
Because that was his eggshell that landed at her feet, right?
The golden cream? Yeah.
Also, technically, dragons are sexless, right? Because I think they just call them it in the show.
Maybe they don't know.
Yeah, it was referred to by it as well.
But how else do they breed? Do they magically pop from the earth?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like dwarves?
Like dwarves. Pop out of the earth.
Like dwarf women?
Like Canadians, just break through the ice.
Like, I'm pretty sure they breed. There must be sexes. Maybe they just don't know how to check for sex.
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was it like for you seeing them hatch in the show for the first time? Because who did you watch that with? By yourself? Or?
I watched it by myself. I watched it back when the second season was on TV. This was before Game of Thrones was popular online. There's nothing online about Game of Thrones. I only saw it in passing, a commercial on TV, and I was like, damn, these costumes look great. I'm going to watch this show. So watching it for the first time, like, it was pretty emotional. Like, I was like, this is so exciting. I have to watch the next season right now. And then I was pretty obsessed. Do you remember the first time you saw it? Because I remember.
You remember it better than I do.
I do. So
Tell me about it again.
I made you promise me to watch the last episode with me because you were watching with Mike. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, Raven, you have to watch the very last episode with me. And I feel like Mike was a little bit disappointed because he knew what was coming, but accepted it.
I don't know why you guys didn't. I feel like we've had this conversation, but why didn't we just all watch it together?
We totally could have. I feel like maybe it was close to the beginning of your relationship back when he was a bit shy around us. Yeah, and you watched it, and you screamed, and you cried.
Did I cry?
You cried.
That sounds right.
Yeah. And you're, like, standing up and, like, screaming and jumping and crying, and like, you're so excited.
And you knew, eh?
Yeah. That was the reaction I wanted. Because you also had no idea what was coming.
Yeah.
It was not popular enough it's not that popular yet. Like, the way it is.
Did you know, though, just because it just is an emotional ending, or because dragons are, like, my thing?
Both. Dragons are cool as shit, and it was emotional as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I may have teared up. I don't quite remember. I just remember being at Cheryl's house, dog sitting, watching it, and just being so elated and happy.
Solid moment.
It was. I think it's especially special that we didn't have, like, everyone knows there's dragons in the shows nowadays, so if you watch it, you're waiting for it.
Yeah.
But, like, we had no idea it was happening, that dragons were going to come. We had no idea what was going to happen, so it was, like, I think it was really special that we didn't even have, like, spoilers.
And they do a really good job of, like, convincing you that these eggs are stones. That
Yeah,
they're, like,
they're
completely dead. Yeah, they're nothing. I did not expect it at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
feel like
good.
I need to watch that episode again. I'll probably scream and
It's
cry
so good.
again.
Like, I love the music to it as well. Like, it's on my Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
I actually often listen to Game of Thrones soundtracks.
I think I have the whole soundtrack downloaded as well. Helps with writing when I'm doing fantasy stuff.
Listening to that the finale is really good. Season 1 finale. That's what it's called, finale.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then how did you find that reading it compares to watching it?
Very similar. Obviously the hair being burnt off was different.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, incredibly similar.
Mm-hmm. I really like the way that it's written.
Like, I loved how it's ending with the Song of Dragons, and that's exactly how the show ended.
Jorah and all the Dothraki and her cast come up, and they're just like...
They all bend the knee.
They're all shook. Yeah,
while
they all
she's
bend the
standing in
knee.
front of them naked. I thought it was such a fantasy moment, too. Naked woman with dragons. It just reminds me of the stuff Dad keeps around, like his art.
Oh.
Naked woman, dragons, and people was all around bowing or bending the knee.
Mm-hmm.
In the show, didn't they do, like, the whole head press onto the ground, too?
I don't fucking remember. You remember
Okay.
better than me, man.
Well, like, the Dothraki slaves did, the whole head press.
Mm.
And it's pretty epic, you know?
For sure.
There were times when I've considered doing a cosplay of that. Book Dany with the baby dragons, because completely hairless. Because everyone does movie Dany.
Mm-hmm.
To be different. Book Dany. And have, like, each dragon on each titty.
And just stand there?
Like, not being completely naked, like, wearing, like, a bodysuit. And, like, painting it. Getting it covered in dust. Not dust. Ash.
Soot.
Ash,
yeah.
soot.
That would be interesting.
That'll take a lot of work, though, to do little dragons like that.
I'm sure you can find, like, stuffed animals. Holy shit, that's the end of A Game of Thrones.
So
And
cool.
Dany has 3 baby dragons now.
So cool.
I'm pretty excited to hear about how they mature in the next one.
Yeah.
Because in the show, you see that, you know, they get bigger.
Each
and
season
like,
they're slightly bigger.
they get a little more aggressive here and there.
But
I definitely, I think seeing it from Dany's perspective will be really cool.
yeah, because she doesn't see them as monsters.
Mm-hmm.
They're children.
Yeah. Rhaego who?
Right? Like, she traded one son's life for 3 mighty dragons.
Her son and Drogo, I would
guess.
say. For 3 dragons.
Like, that's a big, like,
I trade your life for a dragon.
ace card.
Just kidding.
For taking back Westeros.
Oh, yeah. 3 dragons.
3 dragons. That's how much it took the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. La 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 la. This is the last episode on A Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
The next one, we're gonna start reading Clash of Kings. The next one in the series. Woohoo! So what we're gonna do now is do the same thing we did at the start of this series.
We're going to draw a name. There's also, like, the prologue character in there, too.
Oh, it's a different
But I also
character.
think that there's an uneven amount. Let me count quickly. Like, I think someone will get one more character than the other.
I think it needs to be you, because I have editing the podcast and it sucks up so much time.
Okay.
Is there new characters?
Yup.
Ooh, that's so exciting. I don't even know who they are.
I'm not going to tell you. I didn't say nothing. I lose times where I wanted to say things. I'm not going to say nothing.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, am I pulling first?
Yeah.
Should you pull first since you're getting more?
Hell yeah. Oh. Theon Greyjoy.
Theon! Wow, I didn't know he was a perspective character.
He's a perspective. Should have been a hit from the show.
Yeah, I guess I'm just a fucking idiot. Daenerys Targaryen. Got my girl back.
Oh, I have the prologue again. Crescent.
Who?
Crescent.
Crescent.
We'll find out who he is.
I have no idea who this is. Arya Stark. Got my girl back.
Yeah. Sansa Stark.
Oh my god.
I'm okay with that. I like Sansa. I like reading from her. I want to see her character development.
Me too.
That's dope.
Me too. I feel like she's gonna have one of the biggest changes.
Plus, I want to read more about Peter.
Oh yeah.
Oof, oof.
Bran Stark. Oh, I got your boy. Sorry.
I'm sad. I was hoping for him.
Sorry.
Davos Seaworth.
What? He's a perspective character?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Wow, I'm shook.
I guess I'll do one more because there's 3 more left.
Oh, okay.
I'll do one more, you do one, and I do another.
Okay. Wow, there's a lot of characters.
Yeah. That means less chapters for each one, I guess.
Probably. Well, I don't know. The book is fatter.
Tyrion Lannister.
Okay, who's gonna be my last character?
Character.
I don't want Catelyn. No! It's Catelyn. Fuck!
Yes!
No!
I did not want her again.
Oh!
Jon Snow.
No, Jon!
Yeah.
No! I trade my favorite for my least favorite. Can we draw again?
No.
Fuck, man. Catelyn. Ah.
Yes. Okay, well,
The one person on my shit list. You're okay with trading Bran for Jon?
I don't know. I like Jon.
Me too. Want to trade?
Do I? Because I really like Bran. No.
Ah,
I'll
yeah,
do
we
something
shouldn't
different.
anyway. Oh, fuck.
You're just so mad about Catelyn.
I'm pissed. I'm fucking choked.
You want to say again who your character is?
Okay, yeah. So I have Daenerys Targaryen, Arya Stark, Bran Stark, and Catelyn Stark. And Jess has...
I have Tyrion Lannister, Sansa Stark, Jon Snow, Theon Greyjoy, Davos Seaworth, and our prologue, Crescent.
Whoever the fuck this is.
Whoever the fuck this guy is.
I'm so choked.
How fun!
You're gonna... Every time I read her chapters, it's gonna be like, so Catelyn thinks that this is good. And Catelyn says to Rob, I hate this.
You'll grow to like it.
Oh, sure I will.
That
Did
was
you
fun.
grow to like Catelyn?
No. I don't even like Rob that much.
Yeah, 'cause Rob's just boring. But anyway. Fuck! But doesn't Brienne show up in this one?
Brienne. I think she possibly.
Does she become a perspective character later?
Maybe?
Because I want Brienne, man. Once we get Brienne as a perspective character, I want Brienne.
You know who I want? Jamie.
Ooh.
He becomes a perspective character.
Oh.
Like the next book.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Okay. Well, you have
Because
Jamie.
he has an awesome character development arc.
Fuck, I feel like maybe all the Brienne stuff you see through Jamie then.
Maybe. I think I saw Brienne. Maybe not.
Fuck, I hope she is.
Like,
I want her.
how do we find out what happens with Renly and that stuff if we don't have a perspective in there? I guess Catelyn visits. Remember in the show
don't
she
say
does.
that.
Sorry. I'm
I want
remembering
Brienne! Okay. Well, holy shit. That is the end of this season.
Season?
I've separated them into seasons.
Oh.
By book.
Oh. Okay.
That's the end of this season of of Tea is Good, Books Are Better. A Game of Thrones season. Oh my god,
Ooh.
my stomach's making noises.
Jeez.
Probably have to shit. So, in our next episode, which I believe is going to be our 1 year anniversary,
Probably.
or close to it, we might do something special. We'll see. Maybe. We'll see. We'll think about it.
Maybe.
We'll see. Yeah, so, holy shit, that's the end. That's it. How do you feel?
Good.
Yeah.
Kind of exciting.
Yeah, that's all I feel right now
You
is
know what?
excitement for the next one.
This is the most I've read in a very long time. In years.
It feels good? Yeah, it does. But yeah, I remember when Cry to Heaven ended, I was just sad
Oh yeah.
that it was over. But now that a Game
There's
of
so
Thrones
many
is
more.
over,
But Clash of Kings is a continuation of Game of Thrones.
yeah, I think, because I'm just excited now. And it doesn't feel like an ending. It feels like we're just still going.
Yeah, we are still going.
Which we are, yeah. So yeah, super exciting stuff. Okay, thank you guys so much for listening to this season of Tea is Good, Books Are Better. Hope you enjoyed it. Come back for Clash of Kings, because things gonna get crazy. I want to see how Davos is like involved in.
We're gonna get the perspective of
Wow.
Stannis and the Red Woman.
Oh, I forgot about the Red Woman.
Yeah.
Shit, this is really exciting. Okay, well, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening again, the 100th time. If you want more of the podcast, please follow us on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at Tigbab Podcast, or you can follow us separately. My handle is Crimby, Jess's is just.egan24. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search Tigbab Podcast or Tea is Good, Books Are Better, and we should pop up there. Also, please subscribe to our good friend Baram Barami on YouTube. He's the one who made our jingle that you heard at the start of this episode, and he's really dope and makes cool stuff, so give him a like and a subscribe. Also, you can check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Tea is Good, Books Are Better. We have a few different tiers on there with fun rewards, so if you contribute, you will get something in return. You will also be helping us out immensely, and we'd be very appreciative, but we also just appreciate you listening. And thank you for the final time for listening. I know this season with the Game of Thrones definitely got us more listeners, so we hope you stick around for some more, and thank you for joining us. We love you. Okay, that's it. We're going now. Okay, bye.
Bye.